Okay, let's do the Tarot of Dreams. Let me get the cards out of here and start shuffling them. Again, another new deck for me. This deck has been out for a while, but it's new to me. And I want to ask about Trump's mental health. Now, it was really stupid for him to come out and attack Bezos this morning. They could have said nothing and it would have died and gone away. But, of course, he had to jump on the attack right away. So I just want to, this is a new deck, so I want to shuffle them well and ask about Trump's mental health. I haven't looked at these cards yet, so we're going to see them together. I'll pull the 18 cards and then we'll see if we can make sense of it. What can you tell me about Trump's mental state now? Yeah, I really think Bezos should put those things out there. Well, it's out to the public now because of Trump's emotional meltdown and going on the attack. So we'll just have to see. Okay, so let's see what's driving it underneath of it all. The Knight of Wands. Wow, this is a strange looking thing here. Ah, look at that. Knight of Wands. So yeah, he's just always on the attack. His action immediately. Fire-breathing dragon. Okay. So that's underneath of it. His mental state is about on the attack. So the reading's about faith. Faith. Okay, this would be his dark government. Faith 5, the Hierophant. Okay. All these things circling around there, and this is his thing for his darker element that he's always in. You know, he's not one that's a real Christian. And then we have the message. His message that he wants to put out there, his, alternative facts, the fight he's always got going, the swords. His dark government always wants to put out something, and because he is absolutely burdened. When it comes down and it's too much, his dark element, okay, is what takes over, and he's going to put out a message of just fantasy, whatever he's thinking of. Okay. So the energy coming into it is about the people. Okay. People, communities, etc. When it comes to how everything is put together, the tree of life, how everything is connected. And again, his putting out something new. Some sort of a new thing that he has based upon his burden, the drama that's putting him. He goes into his fantasy mode of whatever it is. So what's going on now is the Hangman upside down. Okay? He's upside down. Now he sees everything reversed, is what it usually is. And it's always the fight. You know, if I get down, I'm going to get back up. I'm going to continue the fight. Okay? Continuing that because he wants to proclaim that he is in charge. You know, he's not only in charge of America, he's in charge of the world. It's what he just recently said. He controls the world. Okay? So his battle. The challenge is for the long term. For the long term, yeah, wanting to get somewhere better for him mentally. Mentally, he needs to try to get someplace better. This is not moving the country to a better place. This is just about putting himself in a better place. And so that's what drives it, the Chariot. His mental state is always trying to make something better for himself through whatever lie, whatever scheme, whatever fantasy he wants to put out there that's going to insulate him. Potential outcome is what is being worked on. The next thing he's trying to put together. When it comes to new emotional drama, to make himself, again, feel like he is large and important. So, what we have here, laid this down on the wrong thing, is Palace of Cups. Oh, okay. So this is, I have to figure out Palace of Cups. It's where he lives, his emotional place that he lives. And it's all about a new action and trying to birth something new that's going to benefit him. Okay? So that's what it's about. Driving is always about an action because of where he lives in his emotions. He's going to put some new action. Again, we've got the volcano back there that's going to benefit him. So let's see if we try to read this, because this is all about his mental state, his mental health. And what we have is the burden that's weighing him down. So he has to come up with some new story that's going to benefit him, the king, put him on the pedestal, and moving forward, that's going to enrich him. Okay? It's always about enriching and saying how wealthy he is, how, So, in the center, we have the message about everything, how it's all connected, his battle, and again, trying to move things forward for him mentally and emotionally. Above it all, we have his dark persona, okay? When it comes to family, things are overturned. He did not have a good family life, okay? And so we have that, the long term, trying to work on things. The center of it is always battling the family and where it's going, how things are put together, always trying to move it mentally that's going to benefit him, when things are overturned, the way he sees from a different perspective that he is king and he is in control. Okay, so he'll put out whatever kind of a message, put out something new when it comes to long-term benefit for him. How things are tied together. We have his message, his alternative reality that he battles with, his dark emperor status, the narcissist, okay, weighed down with all these things, and so it causes him to be overturned, and he's going to put out whatever fight he needs to. So mentally trying to get to a better place, the battles with his emotion, okay? Okay. And it's always trying to work on putting himself on the pedestal for the long term, where he can move this to, and overturning things to benefit him, to make him seem as if he is wealthy, a wealthy person surrounded by luxury. You know, he always has to live in a place that's got gold everywhere, tacky. It just looks so uninviting. There's nothing comfortable about it. Everything's got to be gold. So let's do the clarification and see what it's going to tell us about Trump and his mental, where he's at mentally, what's going on. It's about his emotions. He's ruled by his emotions. Okay. And that's what spurs him to put out the lies and the spins that he puts out. It's all emotionally driven with an abuse of power to control, okay? To attempt to control. Because he is living in a nightmare. The nightmare of emotions and things coming out. He is not a stable person, okay? He is out in the cold. In the nightmare scenario, out in the cold. He fears justice, okay? His emotional toll is about justice. Because he knows if he gets out of power in the presidency, he's going to jail, okay? So his message about actions that he puts out there, things are up in the air when he's out in the cold, trying to control, but he can't control these things. So all about his attempting to manipulate the situations, okay? His emotional thing is in trying to manipulate it because of justice is underneath of it, okay? So we have his putting out his storylines as usual to try to strengthen things. Wants to have strong storylines, trying to control. When it comes to the White House and the things he's struggling with there now, the fight that's going on with the White House, and the center of it is the victory. What's driving it is the victory, the emotional manipulation when it comes to justice. Okay. Now I would say in this, his way of victory is trying to put out these lies and spins and attempted to control, abuse of power. He's out in the cold with all the stuff that's up in the air. He cannot control it all. He is losing it. There is the struggle, and the struggle's getting stronger every day. Okay? So he puts out these messages of emotional messages and action messages because he is in fear mode of this stuff happening. So from the White House, he continues to put out his fantasy drama, okay? Because he knows that unfortunately at the center of his emotions that are ruling him, he's trying to manipulate that there is a victory when it comes to justice. Fear justice. Okay? That's his nightmare scenario, that he will be out in the cold when it comes to justice. Okay? It's waiting in the wings. So he continues to try to convince himself and convince the world that he is in charge of not only America, but the rest of the world. And he is being ruled by his emotions. Knee-jerk. He's got knee-jerk. He doesn't know how to play the long game, okay? And nobody can tell him anything. He's got to convince himself and try to convince everybody around him that he knows more than anybody, okay? So today, when Amazon, that leaked out that they were thinking about doing that, he went ballistic, okay, and went on the attack against Bezos. Was not a smart thing to do. So that shows where his mental state is. His mental state, I see him, yeah, he's like the animal with its leg caught in a trap. And then anybody that comes near him, he's going to, try to attack and try to get out of that trap. He's got to chew off his own leg to get out of that trap, and he's just, flailing around, caught in that, and fear mode and drama is what his mental state is now. He is caught in a trap of his own making. And unfortunately, his emotions are not his friend. Okay?